Well, hey there guys, this is Corinna from sharedlegacyfarms.com and from mydigitalfarmer.com. And in this video today, I'm going to do a tutorial for how to use Canva, which is my graphic design tool of choice. Now, Canva is a free app. I use the desktop version. There's also a version for your phone, and it is the app that I use for every kind of web type design, every kind of PDF design, any brochures, business cards. It does everything. So today I'm going to actually design something that I need, and you're going to watch me do it. This might be a longer tutorial, but as I walk through the process, I hope to kind of show you some of the different features of Canva. If you've never used it, you really need to try it, because I think once you discover it and once you see how easy it is, you are going to freak out, and you're going to be using it to design all of your graphic design and your marketing assets moving forward. The first thing you need to do is create a free account in canva.com. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but this is the dashboard once you get there. And you can see here that it asks you what kind of a design do you want to create, and it gives you a whole bunch of options. I can click on this arrow over here and it'll continue to show me more options. These are templates that are already pre-made. So if you want an Instagram post, it's already got the right pixel size ready to go for you. So the one that I probably use the most is my US letter document. So I'm going to just click right here on US letter document, and it's going to open up a new blank canvas for me. And this is what that looks like. So I'm going to immediately come down here to the 20% button, and I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to zoom it up to about 75. I like to see things a little bit clearer, but I can go down farther if I want. Now I'm going to show you what we're actually going to make. I already made it earlier this morning, but I want to give you kind of a peek at what the goal is here. So down below in my main dashboards, you can see all the different designs I've made in the past. They're all in here, and if I want to delete them, I would just, click on this little 3 dots here, and it'll tell me, hey, if you want to move it to the trash, you can move it to the trash. So I'm going to actually make this guy right here. I want to do a training this week to my CSA members. And for my membership academy, I'm going to add in a training on the formula for a perfect frittata. And so I wanted to make a PDF cheat sheet that kind of showed that at a glance. So this is what my goal is to make this guy. I might make a few adjustments. I'm not really liking this big block here now that I'm looking at it right now, but this is kind of the goal. So I'm going to walk you through how would you make something look beautiful like this. This is an 8.5 by 11 document. Right now it has 4 pages. 2 of them are just basic text with the actual recipe, and then 2 have these kind of infographics on them. So let's just dive right in. So the first thing I need to do is I need to create these headers up here. So I'm going to come back to my main title design, and I'm going to click on text. This opens up the text box editor options, and you can either choose from one of these templates and just click on it and it'll plop in here. But I'm just going to take the add a heading. I clicked on it and it gives me a basic one here. So now I'm going to type in formula for a frittata. And you see I need to kind of lengthen it, so I'm going to pull on these little handles here on the edge. And it's automatically centering. I actually don't want it to center, so I'm going to come up here onto the alignment button and click justify left so that it's over here. Then I'm going to just drag it up to where I want it. I don't really like this font, so I'm going to come up here and click on the font button. And let's see, I'm going to find a different looking font. Let's just say it's this one. All right, formula for a frittata. Now if I want to change the size, I can click on the point size here and I can make it a little bit bigger, and I'm actually going to change the color too. So here I can pick one of them that's already selected. I can choose some of the brand colors that I've loaded in, or I can choose a new color, and in this case I think let's just say I'm going to do something in the purple zone. So I'm going to click in the purple area, and then I'm going to kind of find a dark purple. All right, and then I click out. So that's now kind of saved in my desktop here for one of the colors that I can pull from later for other things. Okay, then underneath that, if we go back and look at what my goal is, I need to have something that says basic ingredients. So I'm going to make another quick text box here. Bear with me as I pull this over, and I may just edit some of this out later, but type in basic ingredients. Once again, I have to pull this over. I need to justify it, and I'm going to change this one. Let's see, let's pick a different font. Let's do Aileron Heavy. Now I can change these later, but that's what I want, and I do want this to be a little bit bigger. This is going to be like 24, so we'll drag these over. Okay, so now I need to put in some pictures. So I kind of want to throw together some visual images of, let's kind of scoot this up a little closer so you can see what this needs to look like. All right, so I need to put in some different pictures of vegetables. Now, how do you go about finding these? This is what's really awesome. So as I recall just from looking at that, I need some eggs. So I'm going to type up here, oops, actually I'm in the wrong one. I need to go up to Elements. And you can see you've got photos, you've got graphics. I'm going to click on graphics because this is a graphic image I'm looking for. Then I just go into the search box and I can type in the word egg. And it's going to pull up the images that it has for that. And you'll notice that some of them cost money, but some of them are free. So I always choose the free ones, and I'm just going to click on it, and here I have a giant egg appear. I'm going to shrink it down to a little bit smaller. And since my recipe calls for 12 of them, I need to quickly copy 12 eggs. I guess I don't have to do this, but I'm going to. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to come over to copy here, and I'm just going to click it 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I now have 12, actually a dozen eggs, and I'm going to kind of move these around so that they're all sort of clumped. Now you can see I have the option here to tilt them, so I can even turn them a little bit so they don't all look like they're all the same way. I can shrink them, make them bigger, smaller. So for my purposes today, this is not going to be perfect, but I've got my 12 eggs here, okay? So there's my 12 dozen eggs. It looks a little bit funny. I'll fix that later, but you get the idea. Now the other ingredient was broccoli, like just different vegetables. So I'm going to come up here and type in, let's see if I can find an onion. No, these ones cost money, so let me try to find something. Here's a free one. Let's do that one. This is a black and white image. So notice I can just kind of drag down on these corners and make it smaller. So I've got, here's my onion. I need some broccoli. Let's find a broccoli. Here's one, free. Grab that, shrink that down. So I'm just adding all my different elements in here. What else can I put in? Let's see if there's a garlic. There might not be. Oh, there's one, free. Pull that one in. So you'll be surprised. There's a lot of images that are free inside of this library. And when they aren't available, I'll show you what you can do to find them somewhere else so that you can use them safely. And these are all, you have permission to use them. You don't have to pay in any way. You can duplicate them and so forth. Okay, so I might want to kind of turn that a little bit. Great, so here are kind of my vegetables. Let me look back at my original because I'm forgetting what I need to put in here. Okay, I need some bacon. I need some salt and pepper, milk, and cheese. So boom, I'm clicking it. I'm shrinking it down. I'm bringing it over here. Then I need some milk. Here's one I can use that's free. So I want this free bacon, and I'm actually going to make a couple of these because bacon is usually in a couple of strips, right? So I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to hit copy so that I have two of them right next to each other, okay? So I'm kind of just showing here are the basic ingredients. Now I'm going to go back and make, I need to have a plus sign. Oops. So we're going to have a text placeholder here. We're going to add a plus sign, and we're going to drag this up. Here I want this plus sign to be much bigger so people can see it. And then we're going to duplicate this. Copy, copy. So then I can drag this over. And I can drag this over here. So notice that it creates these little like guidelines as you're moving. You see these purple lines? That really helps you line stuff up so that they're kind of even with the one that's over here. I do try to pay attention to that. All right, so the next step is that I need to create the list of ingredients in here. So let's take a look at what it's supposed to look like. For the sake of time, I'm just going to select this and copy it, and we're going to move it over here. And I'm going to make a new text box. There's my placeholder, and we're going to drag these handles over so that they fit. Whoops. And I'm going to justify it left. Don't really like this font. Hang on, I need to select it all. Control A selects the whole thing. I don't really like that font, so let me just find a different one. Let's do Advent Pro Medium. Now that's been changed, and so the next thing I need to do is put in a rectangle behind that image. So I'm going to type in rectangle into my elements search box. And here is the one I'm going to select. This one's free. Now this is a white one, so I'm going to change the color. Let's say we want it to be purple. But you see there's a problem here because it's covering up my text. I want it to be behind it. So I'm simply going to hit position backward, and now it's been put behind the text. So let me make this text a different color so that we can actually see it. We're going to turn it white, and then we're going to have to select that purple box, make it a little bit bigger. We'll move this in. Perfect. All right, so now I have my list of ingredients. Okay, the next thing that we need to work on are the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So I'm just going to show you how to quickly make some of these numbers. So I'm once again going to go just type in the number 1. And I will see several options for free images of the number 1. I'm going to choose this one just because I know that I'm going to need 6 steps. I've already sort of done this research. And I'm going to shrink it. Bring it down. And I'm going to change the color to, I don't know, let's make it green. You can make it any color you want. You can see there's actually 2 colors. The white is for the number and the green is for the color surrounding the number. And I need another one for number 2. Down. I'll change that one to green as well. Okay, so in one of these steps, I need to provide a skillet. And so I want to kind of show you how to find an image. I know that there isn't, I'll just show you. When I type in skillet, you're going to see that there aren't a lot of good free options for me. I really want to be able to show a cast iron skillet because that's what I need. It's running a little slow right now. I'm not sure why. So if you don't see an image over here that you like, where can you go to get these other images? Well, there's another tool called Pixabay, and this is also a free account that you can create. And you simply type in here on the home page what you're looking for, and it will show you all kinds of pictures. And you have the ability to use these for any kind of purpose. You don't have to give any, credit in your marketing materials for it. So this is perfect. Look at this one right here. So when I select the skillet right here, it pulls it up, and I simply have to click in the free download button. My computer is running really slow right now, probably because it's snowing outside. So I'm going to click free download. I can select the size that I want, and then I'm just going to click download, and it will begin the process over here of downloading it. Then all I have to do is drag it onto my desktop. In fact, I already did that, and you can see that it's hanging out down here in the corner. So when I go back into Canva, if I want that skillet, I'm going to go over here to Uploads, and you can see I've already uploaded it twice. I'm going to drag the skillet right into my image, and it's going to start downloading it again. I don't really need to do this, but I just want to show you how it works. And once this is all the way full, you can click on it and it will put that image into your document. There comes the skillet. Isn't that awesome? And then I just shrink it down, and I'm going to put it right over here for step 2. All right, and then I'm going to need to create a text box that says cook the bacon. So let's hit create a placeholder. Whoops, come here. We're going to write cook bacon. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, change the font, and then I'm going to actually need to put some bacon in it. So let me ungroup this. Let me take this guy, copy it, pull it down, and we're going to shrink him a little bit so he'll fit in my skillet. And now I'm going to put him right inside my skillet. Pretty slick, right? Isn't that awesome? Okay, so I would just continue this process, making number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, and moving these different elements into position. Now, all right, so now I need to add another page, and on this page I want to put that skillet again, but I want to show you how to put something inside of it. I made it look like I had poured frittata into it, and this was just something I had to kind of figure out on my own. I was like, well, what if I just make a circle? So I went into Elements, I typed in circle, yellow, like a frittata. So I simply change the color, and then I'm going to drag it really small, and then I'm going to stick it inside of my skillet. See, now I give the illusion of having poured something into the skillet. So sometimes you just have to get creative like that when you're putting this stuff together. I'm going to show you the original. This was a bowl that I downloaded, and then this was just an arc. So I did a search for the word arc, and I stuck it in there. I changed the color. Now I do want to show you, this was kind of another thing I had to come up with in a creative way. I needed to find an oven. So I was able to upload from Pixabay an oven. I found an oven, but you'll notice it also has a refrigerator and a microwave in it. So what you could do is pull this image in, but then you can just crop it out. So that's what I did. I decided to pull out this stuff. So I took the refrigerator out and the microwave, then I hit done, and now I just have the stove, and I was able to shrink that down and use it. So I love to find images like that that have multiple things in them that I can just crop out. So that was another trick I wanted to show you. I also recommend putting your logo and your website on your documents if you're making PDFs. So I do have this in my upload section, but sometimes it's just easier to go into an old document and copy it. Click Control Copy and then Control V for paste, and now it's, you know, in my corner. So I can stick it up here too. Control V. And then of course I recommend putting a text box somewhere for your website. That way people can't take your stuff and use it for their own purposes. Keeps people honest. So I like to put that on everything too. All right. So one thing I haven't shown you yet is that you can change the background of your entire document. So you can just click on this background image. You can either take one of these free ones and do that to it, or you can click a solid color. So if I wanted to make everything like a tan color, I could do that. So that's kind of a neat way to add some pizzazz to your design. Now, when you're finally ready to download this, so let's just go back to my finished product over here, okay? If I'm ready to actually download this, I do need to still add in my website, but let's just say I'm ready. I'm going to make sure I like the name. So this is called Formula for a Frittata. Then I'm going to click on this guy right here, and I'm going to have to decide what kind of file type it's going to be. So a PNG file is for something that's got images and text in it. JPEG is usually just for images, and then you can choose a PDF. So I want a PDF. I'm going to choose all 4 pages, please, and then I'm going to ask it to download it. So here it comes. It starts to download. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it's going to show up right here as a PDF file, and then I will be able to drag it onto my desktop. And once it's on my desktop, I upload it into the Academy as a resource, or I share it in an email. I upload it into my website so that people can, when I have that link, I can put it into an email. All right. that is the basics. Let me just show you. I'm kind of clicking down here on that PDF file just to show you what it turned into. This is the finished product. Doesn't look too bad, and people will be able then to print this out once they access it on my website. So you can choose from any of these templates to get yourself started, but you can also make your own custom dimensions. This is a nice feature up here in the top right corner. You simply click on custom dimensions and you can tell them, you know, if you know that you need a 3000 by 2000 pixel design, then you would just enter that in and it's going to make that template for you, and then you just continue and proceed as normal. So I love Canva. I use it for all my graphic design, and the version that I use is the free one. So I highly recommend it. And if you want to get a free account, just go to canva.com. Also recommend pixabay.com, becoming a member there. It's also free, and you can get all the images there that you can't find in Canva and just simply upload them. So there you have it. I hope this was really helpful. If you loved this training or you learned about a tool and you now want to get Canva, give me the thumbs up sign or leave a comment with your question below. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate that, and hit the bell so you get notified of future trainings. I look forward to checking out with you next week again. Tell your farmer friends all about this site, mydigitalfarmer.com, where I am dedicated to helping other farmers like you get better at digital marketing. Thanks, guys.